Okay, welcome back. Today we're going to take a look at calculating discounts, everybody's favorite, and increases. Basically what the difference between the two is a discount means that you are going to be subtracting from a certain amount. So something is on sale and you need to take a certain percentage off. An increase is where you are adding to it. So for example, if I own a electronics store and then I've got some electronics that are nearing the end of their life, the new stuff is coming out and I want to get them off my shelves, I'm going to sell them at a discounted price. So I might take like 25% off. An increase, on the other hand, means when I'm buying my new stock for my shelves, new stock of electronics, I'm buying them off a wholesaler. And then I want to increase the price a little bit so that I'm going to make a profit. And so therefore, I'm going to maybe add 25% to the price that I bought them so that I can ensure that I'm going to make a profit. So that's what the two differences is. So here are the steps when we're calculating our discounts and our increases. Now the first two steps are the same regardless of whether it's a discount or an increase. First thing you need to do is you need to change your percent to a decimal. So for example, if I'm selling something at 25% off, you always take the percentage and you divide it by 100. And that will convert it to a decimal to you. Even if it's like 25.3%, you still take the 25.3 and you divide it by 100. And then that will give you what that percentage is as a decimal. The next thing you're going to do is once you've got your as a decimal, is you're going to multiply it by the dollar amount. So whether the original price or the price that I purchased it at, I'm going to multiply by it in the as my percent in the decimal format, and then I'll decide whether I'm going to be subtracting or adding. I'm going to subtract prices if I'm selling something at a discount, or I'll add if I'm adding an increase. So basically you think about discounts as like older stuff and adding if you're going to be creating a price for new stuff. So let's take a look at some examples here. So Hilda's got some jeans that she wants to sell off, and she wants to sell them with a discount of 25%. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take that 25% and I'm going to divide it by 100, which is 0.25. Then I'm going to take the price of the jeans, which is $80, and I'm going to times by that 0.25. Most of you already know it's $20. So that's what the discount is, $20. Okay? So to calculate the new sale price, it's going to be the original price. Sorry, that's messy. Minus the discount. So in this case, that's going to be $80 minus 20. So the sale price will be $60. Okay? Now she's getting rid of the older stock and now she's bringing in her new stock. And she's buying them at $42.50 per pair. So she wants to mark them up so she can make a profit. She's going to mark them up by 48%. So again, first thing I'm going to do is find out what 48% is as a decimal. So I divide that by 100, which is 0.48. I'm then going to take the $42.50 per pair of jeans and multiply it by 0.48. So she's going to add an additional $20.40. So to find out what the actual selling price, not sale price, but the selling price, I'm going to take the original plus the increase. So in this case, that's $42.50 plus $20.40. So that's going to give the price of the jeans is going to be $62.90. So what profit will she make for each pair of jeans? Well, that's the $20.40. Because she's got to pay her wholesaler $42.50 for each pair of jeans, and then when she sells them for $62.90, she's putting into her pocket $20.40 per pair of jeans. All right, let's look at a couple more. Owen's offering a discount on an apartment of 1/5 off for the first month's rent of $1,200. So what will the first month's rent be? So this time I'm going to take 1/5. And remember, a fraction is a decimal, or a fraction is basically a division. So I'm going to take 1 divided by 5. So it's going to be 0.2, which is 0.2. So then I'm going to take the rental and multiply it by 0.2, 240. So the discount is going to be $240. So what will the first month's rent be? So I'll take the 12 take the $1,200, subtract the $240, and that's going to be $960 for the first month. All right, Ben bought a house for $265,000. Pretty good deal. After 1 year, it increased in value by 4%. So what is the value of Ben's house after 1 year? So 4%, I divide that by 100, which is 0.04. So I take the $265,000 and multiply it by 0.04. It's 10,600. So his price has gone up by $10,000, $10,600. So the new price is going to be the $265,000 plus the increase, which is going to be $275,600. Okay, finally here, let's take a look at what Alice is doing here. So Alice paid $693 wholesale for mirrors, and she sells them for retail. What discount was she given? So I'm going to take what she sells it for and then divide it by the original price. So I'm going to take the $990 and I subtract from that 693. Okay, so 990 minus, what was it, 693, 297. So she's making a profit $297. So to find out what percentage that is, I'm going to take 297 and divide it by the 693. So 297 divided by 693. So she's increased it by 43%. 0.43. And to find out what that is as a percent, you take the 0.43 and times it by 100, which is 43%. Okay? So she paid them, she's upped her price from the original price by 43%. Alright, so let's you try it. We're going to go to page 165 and do numbers 1 to 6. And we're probably going to have a quiz on this stuff tomorrow, so be ready for that. Okay? Good luck.